Almost all new cars have an anti-lock braking system. This system enhances safety by preventing the wheels from locking when the brakes are applied. ABS system identifies when speed sensors don't correlate properly, essentially indicating that one or more wheels is locking up when you're coming to a stop. And the ABS module pulses the brakes around 15 times per second, and perhaps even more. It allows the driver to control the steering, preventing the vehicle from skidding if the wheels lock up. Cars with ABS have a warning light on the dashboard, known as the ABS light. The ABS light comes on when the anti-lock braking system malfunctions. The ABS light is governed by a series of sensors connected to the wheels and the braking system, and early systems used sensors attached to differentials instead. These ABS sensors monitor the speed at which your wheels are rotating. If one or more wheels are spinning significantly faster or slower than the others, a condition that can occur when brakes lock up, the ABS system intervenes to adjust brake fluid pressure, allowing the wheels to regain traction. Essentially, it's an indicator for the ABS control module's functions. This module monitors the anti-lock braking system and triggers a warning if there is any issue or malfunction detected. When you see this light present on the dashboard, typically it's an amber or red symbol that reads ABS. When everything is functioning properly with your vehicle's anti-lock brakes, the light should briefly illuminate when you start your car, then switch off. This is a self-check process confirming that the ABS system is operational. If the light stays on after this initial check or it illuminates while you're driving, it's indicating that there's a problem with the ABS. If issues in the ABS system itself are detected, the ABS warning light will come on. Common issues can include low brake fluid levels, worn out brake pads, a blown fuse, a damaged wheel speed sensor, damage to a tone wheel on an axle, loose or worn wheel bearings or hubs, or even issues with the system's wiring. Not all of these concerns are directly related to the ABS system, but they can affect how it operates. Troubleshooting an ABS light can be a complex process as it involves various components of your vehicle's braking system. However, here are some steps you can take to diagnose the problem. Ignition key cycling. The simplest thing to try is turning the ignition key off and back on, similar to power cycling your computer. Checking the brake fluid reservoir. Ensure that the brake fluid levels aren't too low in the reservoir, as this can trigger the ABS warning light. Inspecting the ABS fuse. A blown fuse could be the culprit. Check the ABS fuse in your vehicle's fuse box and replace it if necessary. Keep in mind that a blown fuse is often an indicator of a fault that needs attention. Testing the ABS wheel sensor. If a wheel speed sensor is faulty, it can cause the ABS light to illuminate. Use a multimeter to check the sensor's resistance and compare it with the manufacturer's specifications. Replace it if it fails, replacing the ABS module. If all else fails, the issue may lie within the ABS module itself. In such cases, replacing the module may solve the problem. Checking wheel bearings or hubs for play. Inspect or measure for excessive wheel play that can affect if the sensor is properly positioned to read the tone wheel. Inspect for damaged wiring. It's not uncommon for the wires on a wheel speed sensor at the hub to be damaged by road debris or become corroded. Repair any damage and retest. Resetting the ABS light. Disconnect the positive cable from your car battery, then let the electrical system's residual power drain by activating the headlight switch. This method can sometimes reset the ABS warning light, or use an OBD2 scanner to reset the ABS light. Is it safe to drive when the ABS warning light is on? In general, you can still continue driving even if your car's ABS light is on. This is because your car's brakes still function as usual and can still slow your vehicle down. However, your car's tires are at risk of getting locked under heavy braking, and that limits your maneuverability in emergencies. Therefore, you should always try to fix the issue as soon as possible if your ABS light comes on. The brake fluid plays a crucial role in the vehicle's braking system, especially in controlling the brake pressure in the anti-lock brake system. A hydraulic brake system, for example, transfers force through the brake fluid to the brake pads, causing the brake pads to grip the brake rotors, thus stopping the car. Therefore, you need adequate brake fluid to ensure the brakes function properly. Brake fluid leaks are a common issue that can trigger the ABS light, and while the light might be annoying, having low brake fluid is dangerous as it may reduce your car's stopping power or cause your brakes to fail altogether. Symptoms of low brake fluid are: the brakes become less responsive, causing the car to take longer to stop. A scraping or grinding sound, similar to the sound produced by worn brake pads. Modern car wheels are equipped with a speed sensor that monitors the wheel's rotation and sends information about each wheel's rotational speed to the ABS. If the speed sensor detects one of the tires moving at an abnormal speed, the system will increase the brake pressure on that tire, allowing the tire to move at a normal speed, just like the other tires. In other words, it will maintain the speed of all tires. However, if there's any issue with the speed sensor, such as dirt or damage, it may not function well, affecting its ability to transmit such critical information to the ABS, causing the ABS light to come on. Symptoms of a malfunctioning speed sensor are: the traction control light illuminates. The car takes a long time to stop even though the ABS warning light is not on. The car loses control or traction, especially when braking hard. The ABS controls the wheel speed via the hydraulic brake system. If one of the car tires moves at a different speed than the others, the speed sensor will detect it and alert the ABS. It will then activate the hydraulic brake pump to increase the brake fluid pressure to balance the tire's speed, allowing the tires to maintain traction on the road surface. However, if the hydraulic pump or valve is damaged and not functioning properly, the ABS can't do its job, causing the ABS warning light to illuminate. Both of these components are usually worn or damaged due to dirt or metal shavings in the brake fluid. That's why you should always check the brake fluid level and condition every time you service your car's brakes. Symptoms of a malfunctioning hydraulic pump are: reduced brake performance that can worsen over time, inconsistent brake performance, sometimes good and sometimes weak, brake fluid leakage from the master cylinder or firewall in the engine bay. If there's a leak, air will enter the brake system, causing the brakes to feel spongy. The ABS light comes on if there's a malfunction in the system. This includes blown fuses and damaged wires connecting the speed sensor and controller. Like any other electrical component in a car, the ABS is equipped with its own fuse, and fuses are prone to blowing up. If the fuse blows, the system will send a warning signal that usually activates both the ABS light and the engine warning light. Therefore, it's a good idea to check your fuse first if you notice both warning lights are illuminated. Make sure the fuse is not blown or burnt before spending time inspecting other parts of your car or replacing unrelated components. On most modern cars, you'll find the fuse box in the engine bay.